Hey Internet, welcome to Thermodynamics tutorial. This is a made-up question not found in your textbooks. We got 11 kilograms of mass of superheated refrigerant-134a at an initial temperature of 70 degrees Celsius and initial pressure of 1.2 MPa. It is being cooled at constant pressure until it becomes a compressed liquid at 20 degrees Celsius. Draw the TV diagram, find the change in volume, find the change in internal energy. Step 1, draw your free body diagram, your FBD. This will help you visualize the problem. Step 2, list all the given variables, find the unknowns. Step 3, draw your TV diagram. So temperature is on your y-axis and your specific volume is your x-axis. This curve here is the saturation curve. So 1 is the initial point, and that is the superheated state. So we start on the right hand side, outside of the curve. The arrow is pointing down because we are using a cooling process. During the saturation, it maintains the constant temperature and volume. So let me rephrase that. The temperature remains constant, but the volume is being decreased because it's being compressed. That is the correct phrasing, not both of them being constant. Only the temperature is constant, but the volume is actually being compressed. Okay, once it leaves the saturation, it becomes a compressed liquid at its final state. Step 4, find the change in volume formula. So delta capital V is equal to M multiplied by final minus initial, M being mass, which is given. So we need to find final and initial specific volumes. Step 5, find the initial specific volume. So the information given, superheated, 1.2 MPa, 70 degrees Celsius. So we go to the superheated table, then we line these two up, the pressure and temperature. We'll get our specific our specific volume for the initial. Okay, we now can find the final specific volume. Compressed liquid, so we go to the saturation table. And since a compressed liquid is an approximation of the specific volume at the liquid state, so we will just use the VF as our final specific volume. So the F being a fluid. Okay, and for both of these, you can find it in your textbook. It'll be at the back. Alternatively, you can Google search these numbers. That also works. Okay, now that you've got these numbers, we can now plug and play. So 11 kilograms given in the question. And then we've got the final minus the initial. So for consistency, I'll just change 2 and 1 to final and initial. It is obvious, although some students may not find it obvious, so I'll make it as clear as possible. So we have a negative number, and that's okay, because the situation is that we're compressing the liquid. So it makes sense that the volume is a negative. We start from a positive volume, and then we are shrinking that volume. So it makes sense that it is a negative. Okay, so we get minus 0.205 meters cubed. And that is because the piston is compressing the volume. Okay, Step 8. Find the change in internal energy formula. So delta capital U is equal to M multiplied by final minus initial. All right. So we need to find the specific internal energies. We'll find the initial one first, superheated table. Once again, line up the 1.2 MPa and 70 degrees Celsius. We'll get this number. Once again, it'll be either at the back of your textbook or you can Google search these. So these numbers are approximate depending on what textbook you use. It's all very similar. The numbers vary slightly. Okay, step 10, find the final specific internal energy. Once again, we go to our saturated table for R134a. And we'll get this number as well. Once again, it's the final minus the initial. So we get a negative number once again because the final is a smaller number than the initial. Okay. Then we multiply the mass to get the true internal energy. So we get minus 2,182.18 kilojoules. And it's okay. The negative energy is fine because we are compressing the liquid. So in this case, the negative energy, the negative sign is actually just the direction of which way the energy is going. So it's being compressed, so we assume that the positive is that it's going to be, I suppose, pushed in the other direction. So the piston is being pushed in the reverse. That's what this is telling us. Alright, disclaimers. The method is correct, however I do make calculation mistakes. I encourage you to solve it yourself and see if you get the same answer. Now before we leave, I highly encourage you to save this video onto your PC just in case this video or channel gets taken down. While I follow all copyright laws, sometimes things happen. You can do this by using Snipping Tool. If you never used Snipping Tool before, follow these instructions. If you're using a Mac or Linux, use the equivalent for Snipping Tool. Click on Snipping Tool in your taskbar. If it's not there, go to your Windows search, type in Snipping Tool, open up the program. Click on Video option, click on New, left click and drag the rectangle to cover the YouTube screen. This is just an example. Hit the start button in Snipping Tool, wait for the countdown. Hit the replay button on YouTube, let the video finish. Hit the red square in Snipping Tool to stop recording and then save your video. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe. Share with your friends because this is a made-up question, so they probably won't be able to find it. If you got questions, comments, or if you find a mistake in the video, leave it in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you want to support me, become a member or drop a super thanks. Until next time, see ya.